Welcome into Steelers Latest, your daily spot for all news and information related to your Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm your host, Cole Denis, and please like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content Tuesday of the day with everything Steelers. But let's get rolling as Mike McCarthy has announced that he will be the next head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers posted on all their social medias announcing that they have agreed to terms to sign Mike McCarthy to be the Steelers' next head coach. And for all us Steelers fans out there, kind of a big letdown here. No one really was hoping for Mike McCarthy to be the guy headed into that season. Somehow, he's now going to be the coach of three of the biggest franchises in the NFL. He started with the Packers, went to Dallas, and now going to come here to his hometown of Pittsburgh. Somehow, he's been able to secure these positions at a consistent basis, it seems like at this point. My doubts with Mike McCarthy is that he's never had a non-top 10 quarterback in the league. His time with Packers, Aaron Rodgers was the guy there. And that was prime Aaron Rodgers. He only could pull off one Super Bowl win with him there. And I don't know if that was because of McCarthy. I feel like the talent on that Super Bowl team was just carrying him mostly there. I know McCarthy was able to elevate Dallas's offense a couple years ago. Dak was able to put up some of his best numbers under McCarthy. But once again, that's a top 10 quarterback in the league, in my opinion, Dak Prescott. He didn't have to go out and find a guy like what he's going to have to do here with the Steelers. It just feels like a lateral move for us Steelers fans. We're really hoping we go out, sign someone younger like Shula, like Clint Kubiak of Seattle. Both of them have phenomenal coaching years towards both. We're still coaching by the time we hired McCarthy of last week, so we couldn't really get an interview with them. Don't know why. We didn't want to be patient on this one. I know you want to get a head start when game planning for the off season, but just not a solid move. I feel like by the Steelers now we'll all give it some time and hopefully things work out. I just don't see too much of an upside here. And now people are also saying Rodgers could be coming back as the odds of Rodgers retiring have dropped significantly on betting markets. Uh, could we see a reunion with McCarthy in 2026? Really doubt it. I feel like McCarthy kind of got pushed out of Green Bay because of the struggling Aaron Rodgers. They kind of ran their course together over in Green Bay. Now, wouldn't put it past the Steelers with how we've been doing things the past couple years to bring Aaron Rodgers back. I don't know. We don't really want this. I'd be a fan just because I'm a fan of Aaron Rodgers. I've been a fan of Aaron Rodgers his whole career, so I like cheering for Aaron Rodgers. But most people wouldn't be happy to see Rodgers return in the black and yellow, black and gold next year. We're already not happy about the McCarthy hiring. Bringing back an old, decrepit quarterback might not be the smartest move. Of course, I don't know where we're going with the quarterback process, but I can't see a reunion with Rodgers and McCarthy happening just because of how things ended in Green Bay. I really do think Rodgers kind of pushed McCarthy out of there, or just the relationship kind of burnt out. McCarthy wasn't elevating Rodgers' play enough, and then the 2 years right after McCarthy's gone, Rodgers is on the floor. Rodgers wins two MVPs. So I just don't think this relationship needs to be tried once again. McCarthy and Rodgers' relationship has ran its course. We've seen what McCarthy can do for Rodgers. We've seen what Rodgers can do for McCarthy. And at this point with their careers, I don't think they can do much for each other anymore. Let's talk about some of the Steelers' valuable trade pieces we could be getting rid of. If we really want to go into rebuild mode, there's a lot of good defensive pieces. We could start shopping. Jalen Ramsey, very, I think he could be a valuable piece, at least a second, third round quality player right there. So I'd use him as leverage to get more draft capital. I'd use players. You could even TJ Watt. I know I'm not a big fan of pushing for TJ Watt to be traded, but if we're gonna start a rebuild process, if we're really gonna sell a lot of pieces to acquire draft capital, that is the main guy right there. TJ Watt could be shipped off, in my opinion. Also, highest paid defensive or second highest paid defensive player in the league. Getting that off the books wouldn't be the worst idea, especially after a down year in 2025. Personally, I'm not moving off TJ Watt. I can see why a lot of fans are wanting the team to basically sell every asset. Gotta sell high. In a couple years, most of these pieces aren't going to be worth too much or they're going to retire. So if we want to get as much value out of some of these players, we got to start considering this off season as a big market. And even DK Metcalf could be shipped off after punching a fan in the face with 2 weeks left to go in the season, getting suspended, almost costing the Steelers the AFC North divisional crown because of it. So a lot of value the Steelers could be shipping off this offseason. But with the hire of Mike McCarthy, it makes me feel like we are going to try once again going all in for another 10-7, 9-8 first round. That's it. Just feels that way once again. That's what hiring someone like Mike McCarthy makes us fans feel like. Feels like a little bit of the same old, because I mean Mike Tomlin to Mike McCarthy, basically McCarthy's a worse offensive version of Mike Tomlin. So feels like we're shooting for 9-8 once again next year. So I don't know if we're gonna really see a lot of trades from the Steelers, but there are a lot of valuable pieces on this team that should be shipped off if we're looking to start the rebuilding process and start on some draft capital, or you can make a play for a player like AJ Brown. Let's wrap up today's show talking about some receivers. So we got to find some. That's to be a priority for the Steelers. As I just mentioned, AJ Brown probably going to be the main receiver in the receiver market. A lot of trade talk around him. A lot of doubts he wants to be in Philadelphia still. So go out there, make wide receivers a priority, because it was awful watching anyone but DK Metcalf try to get open last year. And DK even struggled from time to time because he was drawing so much attention. And the defenses knew they didn't have to worry about anyone else. So let's make wide receiver a priority in free agency. Let's make wide receiver a priority heading into the draft. I know we draft well at wide receiver. It's been a little while since we've hit 1-1 in the second and third round. Think it's time. So let's make wide receiver a priority so DK Metcalf, if he's still on the team, doesn't have to carry the offensive pass game on his back once again. We need him to get some help. Calvin Austin, Roman Wilson, everyone we tried proved it's not their job. Wide receiver 2 is not their role. So let's go out and find one. But that has been it from Steelers Latest. I've been your host, Cole Denis, and I'll see you tomorrow.